games underway. Right. So we're live here, Boise, Idaho, for the Gold Standard Basketball Prospect Games. I need to turn on the game sound here. Give me one sec. You're quiet. No, I'm just kidding. I'll fix everything. We'll fix it. Game sounds good. Set up. How's everybody doing? Ty, what's up?
What's up, y'all? What's up, GSP? Man, I'm excited for this one. We've been waiting for this, and these guys are going to come out here slamming.
I'm going to be honest. I have no idea what's going to happen with this. I just finished setting up the roster. It's like 5 minutes ago. No clue. It's going to be a testing day for us too. Camelo gets fouled there. We're going to see a lot of cool faces here. Hey, played 10-minute quarters. Check out the scoreboard, courtesy of Brent. Got that going for us. So we're working on that. The arena's ready. The jerseys are ready for the prospect games. What are you looking forward to in this one?
Man, I'm looking at everything in here. The scoreboard is fly, the counter space, the top up there at the Jumbotron, everything's looking fly, uniforms looking fly. But as far as prospects go, just of course already got our sheet up, looking at certain people, definitely certain positions. Just looking forward to everything going on here. A lot of these guys, they've been talking in chat, talking about this guy right here at the foul line.
He's one of them.
Talking about he ain't going to be drafted, so we'll see what he got up his sleeve.
There goes 1 for 2 there. The ball up top, dribbling down, driving in, down low, goes up, gets blocked there by Javid Storm. We're all familiar with him. Josh Sheeran now has the ball. He's down low to Camelo, who gets blocked down low there by Riggins.
Riggins not too drunk right now. He's definitely making some good moves going on here.
3-second violation really here. You see that too often. You get a replay of the Javid Storm block. The big man for the Oakland Otters showing off there. He got way up there for that block.
Yeah, he did. Poor Melo. He was like, yeah, I'm going to just, I'll take that loss.
Absolutely. Josh Sheeran, used to seeing him as a little bigger of a player, but now he's a point guard here in GSB. He's got the ball up top. He's going to swing it over to Dolph, the one-name wonder. Now over to Adam Sala, the Kentucky reserve forward. Back to Sheeran. Going to get a screen here from Storm. Sheeran's going to pull up between two defenders. Can't hit Storm. Can't grab the rebound. Marvin Matreau with the rebound.
Wow, Marvin came out of nowhere and got that rebound right behind them, and they got to learn that box out move.
A lot of ISO going on here early. Matreau down low to Riggins. Riggins backs out up top to Locke. 5 seconds on the clock. Leroy Locke going to pull up, or that's Roy Locke, I believe. Matreau with the rebound and the putback. It's one of those, Roy or Lee. Can't remember which one that is.
I think it's Roy.
Adam Sala
Point
now
guard,
on the wing.
15-5.
Yeah, for sure. Camelo going to drive again. Down low, gets out of bounds. So it'll stay here with the green squad. A lot of green in the building today.
A lot. Would have thought it was St. Patrick's Day.
Here's Sharon. Sharon, wide open jumper. That's no good. Rebounded by Matreau.
Matreau is getting those boards for sure, man. That's definitely going to be a problem for some of these teams.
Locke with the ball on the wing. He's looking for Savage. Savage, three-pointer. That's good. And Tim Savage knocks down the first tray.
Pull up. There's that 5-1 score we were talking about. That's crazy. Y'all called it in chat.
What they call?
Somebody says
score,
about 5-1.
Matreau with the block. Matreau is absolutely clogging up the drain or the lane down there.
For sure, man.
On Camelo.
He is definitely a paint beast, and he is going to be something to handle for some of these guards trying to get down low.
Absolutely. Seems Savage going to go to the line for a couple here for the white team. All players will get even minutes here. I said it all the same.
Shooting 2.
Love you guys' feedback after these games. We'll take a look at the sliders after all these prospect games to get ready for the season.
Yeah, I guess that's what those 66 free throws look like.
We don't upgrade, right? Savage second free throw is good. So it's 6-1 here.
Yeah, I gotta say I love the camera angle. I love the fact that we're really watching it from that broadcast point of view and you know, getting that side angle. I think that's a pretty nice addition.
Yeah, I think they did a pretty good job with the camera angle in 23 for sure. Don't mind the Celtics dancers there. We'll get all this fixed. I had to get the bare minimum done for these games.
It's fine. You had a lot of work to do.
We'll get it going
all
for
those
sure.
tendencies.
It was a lot. And we're only on day 1. Here's Cam Mello. With ball up top. He's going to look over to Adam Sala. Sala swings it over to Sharon. Sharon quickly over to Storm. Storm holding the ball here. He's looking for somebody. He's got Dolph. Dolph going to spin in the lane. Pull-up jumper. No good. Rebounded by Riggins. A good move there from Dolph.
Yeah, that was fancy. Just too bad he couldn't get it to fall, but
and Dolph almost takes the head off a lock there.
Oh, gosh. We're playing abusive in this game. Pretty low scoring so far, but I think both teams are playing pretty hard. It's kind of hard to, you know, get a full grasp of this because there's so many different personalities and tendencies out there to put them all on one team without a specific game plan. So I think that's what we're definitely seeing right now.
Yeah, it's a pretty, I said it as a balanced game plan, so we'll see what goes on here, but we're going to see a bunch of different tendencies, like you said. A bunch of different builds. Guys have built their players quite differently from each other, but and just everything's going to be a little bit of a test run here in these prospect games, but we wanted to give a chance to see all these brand new, you know, these draftees and the coaches to get a chance to see them. Their game style won't change. So
right.
If you like what you see, we got to take over for Metro down there.
Yeah, I'm not surprised with that.
Quickly ahead to Cam Mello, three-pointer. He can't hit, rebounded by Clark.
That was a nice look for him, though.
Here's Locke. Now over to Metro, down low to Clark. Monty Clark goes to the post, took off the glass. No good. Metro cleans it up. And Marvin Metro early here, the Dallas Flying Stallion star.
He is cooking for sure, man. He's just going to be definitely somebody every team is going to have to watch out for and, you know, have an answer for.
Sala, long fadeaway. That's not going to get it done. The green team is ice cold to start this game. Here's Locke. Locke steps back. Now over to Riggins. Riggins sizing up. Back to Locke. Back to Riggins. Hopefully the second unit for this green team can come in and get something going. Metro's going to pull up, and he's good again.
He's definitely probably got most of their points. Yeah, 6 points.
Timeout, timeout.
Timeout. Has 11-1 runs to start the game here for the white team. Hopefully we'll see some subs likely here, but Marvin Metro, let's talk about him a little bit. He's going to be on the Dallas Flying Stallions as part of their staff, so we'll get to see him in the red and black. They're going to be pretty stoked at this performance early here.
Oh yeah, they definitely are looking forward to seeing him out there in the red and black and, you know, getting those boards like he's doing here, getting some good rebounds, and there goes a good shot from Mello, finally getting one to fall.
Yeah, Cam Mello is a scorer, so you're going to get that out of him. He's a little liability other places, but if you need some scoring, there it is. Cam Mello back door to Riggins, and Riggins throws it down. Nice pass from Locke.
He said, I'm a donkey. I'm not drunk. I'm going to get it in here.
Not yet, he's
not. Riggins. Yeah.
Might be after the game. Here's Sala, the Kentucky reserve. Speaking of drunk, the Kentucky reserve guard has it now over to Sharon. Sharon's going to drive. Gets stripped.
Oh.
The ball's loose. Riggins grabs it.
Gotta get that ball handling up.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of interesting stuff here early.
He almost got picked there, too. Had that good play. Almost got snatched.
Tro going to drive again. Good defense that time by Dolph. Ball's loose.
Wow.
It's going to go out of bounds. I think it's going to stay here with 3 on the shot clock. Subs are going to come in right now. Everybody's coming in for both teams. It looks like both benches are going to do some hockey subs here, Ty. But we'll see the second unit from both of these prospect units here. Actually, yeah, we will see it here. So
yeah.
It's going to be the white team ball with 3 seconds left. He's going to go to the corner. Hawkins, first jumper, no good. Rebounded by Colonel E.H. Taylor.
Oh, here we go.
Colonel now over to Lucas Miller, the German prospect. Miller's going to spin in the lane. He's going to dump it down to Angelo Marciano, the Italian stallion with the and one.
Angelo getting in there in the nitty gritty, just putting it out. He's like, all right, I'm going to put this team on my back real quick. Get us in here. You know, that's a pretty small guy.
He has a wiry frame.
That
is a skinny man, but showed that he still has some strength down there as he hits the layup, gets the free throw to go too, and gives that green team a little boost. But yeah, Rylock was saying there will be more progressions before opening day games. Plenty of progressions before that, so yes. See where your guy is weaker and figure it out. Quan Wulong Chi, the Taiwanese prospect, can't get it to go. Off the last good in this second unit. Otto Huxley, the Ohio Shaman. Staff member gets that to go. And the green team's right back in it, Ty.
See, I'm glad you telling me who belongs to like each team, because I'm looking at him like, oh, he's got some good fundamentals.
Oh, I'll tell you if they're staff members.
Trying to add him on to my prospect list, and he's like, no, he's taken.
Jen Shinobi can't hit the 3. Jojo Vasquez, the New York Skyliner staff member, has the ball up top now over to Huxley. Swings it over to Lucas Miller. Miller back up top to Vasquez. 3-pointer, no good. Rebounded, pulled down by Jen Shinobi. And now it's AC Law, the Portland Pioneers GM or coach, has it right here. This Mears player. Wulong Chi for 3, no good again. He lined it up though. Huxley got a little bit of a trigger out there as Vasquez has the ball now. He's going to fire it. Vasquez can't hit a lot of 3-pointers. Not a lot going in though for these two teams. As
yeah, I was like,
up.
dang, everybody wants to shoot 3s and can't get on the drain. I think we've only seen 1 3-pointer go down, and that was probably from Mello or somebody.
Savage hit one, yeah.
Oh yeah, Savage.
Hey, but this tells you either you got to change your tendencies to shoot less 3s or get your 3 rating up, right?
Right, exactly. You can't be going out there, especially as a shooting guard. You know, some of these teams might be trying to stick to some outside game plans, and they're going to need that strong shot. So, I mean, and then we've seen a lot of people say they didn't put badges on their guys. And
yeah, there's plenty of
that's
progressions
all,
left,
like,
but
interesting.
You just get to see a little bit of where you need those badges or those progression points, right? So you'll get to see a little bit of where prospects are weaker, and maybe you buff your 3-pointer a little bit and set you apart.
For sure. I mean, it's still early, so everybody's trying to figure out everything. There's a lot.
We're all trying to figure it out.
Yeah, there's a lot in this. So I honestly, from a head coach perspective, I'm looking at talent, but I'm more worried about how you're going to be in the locker room, because everybody has room to grow and learn. So I'm not too pressed on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we said, we're all trying to figure it out. These prospect games are a fun time to get to see people's builds in action.
But you gotta have some talent, though.
You gotta have a little bit.
We ain't gonna lie and be like, we ain't looking for no talent.
We'll
we still looking for talent.
Ball up top to Mueller. Everybody just broke right now. I might have to fix the 3-point slider for the next game.
Yeah. Yeah, because some people, they done had some wide open shots and just couldn't get the ball.
But they can score inside. Huxley gets that one to go. Both teams shooting 33%, not great.
Ooh.
A hype train going in the chat. Appreciate that. Let's go. Choo-choo, baby. Hype train
Let's
going.
go.
Even though people can't shoot threes, people are out here supporting. I love that.
Yep.
First prospect game, the first stream really, the first game stream in GSB.
I think people were more excited about that than anything.
So
just, man, it's crazy.
Hawkins, three-pointer, good. Elijah Hawkins drills a three, and there's one goes down. Thanks for the bits, Blue Ritz. That rhymes. That's awesome. We do have a Sergio Vasquez going to drive, kicks it out to Huxley. A little ball movement now from both teams. Hopefully they can settle in as Hawkins grabs the board. I was going to say we do have a channel point redemption for 3,000 points for a piece of gear. I'll adjust that price as we go and see how much these people actually get on these. But if you got 3,000 channel points saved up, go ahead and redeem a piece of gear. That's the way to get some of that stuff, the armbands and stuff like that. So.
Oh, nice.
That is one way that we're going to be doing channel points, and you can see their color customization points in there. So make sure you're redeeming those. We'll have plenty of more options as we go on. I just got one up for today.
Can't wait. I'm at 1.6.
There you go.
Let's get it.
Free throw good there. 17-14 game here.
We starting to pick up the pace a little bit. I mean, it was pretty slow in that beginning of the first quarter, 5-1, and starting to pick up.
Yeah, I think
starting to find some open shots and.
For sure. Hopefully owners are in here scouting these teams. Misfit got a piece of gear. I will message you guys for that gear. I'll know who redeemed it, so I'll be able to see. Here's Huxley now. Huxley over to Vasquez, three-pointer. Vasquez likes to line it up too.
He do.
But I would say even as AC Law gets fouled, I would say even Ty, people that are shooting with confidence is somebody to look at, right? Because you know that what kind of style they're going to bring, and you know that they're going to upgrade those portions of their game. So he's not going to miss that much for long, right? But you can kind of see the tendency of the player, what he's going to do.
Yeah, they're exactly showing us that. They're showing us that they can get off the screen. They can line up for some good shots. Might not necessarily drain them, but hey, that look is all we need to know.
For sure. He is not Curry or Trey. He can't get there yet. He's not high enough. But he is somebody that shoots a lot of threes, yes.
I think that's going to be the killer right there. I know a lot of people did not upgrade their free throws, so I think we all going to be in that same boat.
Like I said, if I was the GM scouting these games, Ty, I would look at style over talent right now because that's going to come with progression, right? People are going to upgrade their progression. But I'm looking at guys that might fit with my team based on style, right? If I need a shooter, and you see guys that have tendencies on they're going to shoot a lot, they're going to get that three-pointer up anyway.
Exactly. Look at that. It's that same move they've been having right there on that top of the three.
Marciano for three. Good. Wow. Marciano. He was picked in one of those mock drafts a couple days ago. He's showing that he can do it inside and out for the big center.
Yeah, I picked him. I think Pax picked him. One of the first round pickups. And he's definitely going to be dangerous out there. And I mean, he's already got his heat check on.
He's got the spot up shooter takeover going. Aaron Ike with the jump hook on the other end, the Michigan Killer Bees coach. Now over to Lucas Miller, the German prospect. Going to get a screen here from Vasquez. Good defense there. Miller going to try to do something. The ball is loose. And Hawkins had it. But I think he stepped out of bounds, so he's going to stay here with the green squad with 8.4 left on the clock here in the first quarter.
Yeah, that was Elijah Hawkins just hawking that ball. He was all over it. But good handles, though, from the German prospect.
Mueller going to fade away. No good off the front of the rim. Mueller is a guy that needs to get progression in.
Oh, I was like, dang, that was real off. But
19-7.
All right, that makes sense.
Yeah, he needs to get his initial in. He'll be a lot better just for all the GMs out there once he does. So the end of the first quarter, I believe the white squad up 19-17 here.
We'll head it. Yeah, I think everybody's seen that shot.
Right at the front of the rim. but which I like because you never see that in 20, right? Like you never see a miss that bad. So it's kind of funny sometimes when you see misses that way.
Look at that, the American flag, Canadian flag,
GSB logos
GSB
up there.
banners. Yeah, man, that's
See if they cut to the scoreboard. There's some GSB stuff on the scoreboard, the green and gold on there. You can see that.
Yeah, the Jumbotron.
Modded this arena this morning, so.
Wow. Look at that. Even gets the points up there. That's crazy.
Gold standard cutscene. We're living here.
Yeah,
Brent's done a really good job. He found a guy to do the scoreboard as well, so we're doing it big. Savage going to start the quarter with the 3. No good. Rebound pulled down by Monty Clark, the Oakland Otter. He can't hit.
Oh. It kind of like fell right into his arms too, and I think he got a little excited. He was like, oh, wait, put it up.
Cam Mello with the floater. Mello is a scorer, Ty.
Yeah, he talking all that junk in Discord, talking about he ain't gonna get drafted. This dude is playing really good right now.
If you're looking for scores, that's one of the ones to go to for sure. Here's Locke, swings it over to Riggins. There's a lot of talent in this draft. It's going to come down to people that are active, people that have good builds.
Mm-hmm.
So here's Locke for 3. That's up, no good. Rebounded, tipped and grabbed by Monty Clark again.
There he
No
goes.
good again. Little tough on the finishing, but the rebounding for Monty Clark has been really good.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if he worked on like some finishing and stuff, try to get some of that contact in and, you know, get those points back up. Definitely a plus though with the rebounds.
Sala in and out. Rebounded by Locke. Both teams struggling from 3 here. Probably a result of some progression stuff. But now here's Locke. We've seen a couple guys have a sniper knocked down from 3 though.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and then we have some great spots. There go Riggins.
Riggins long
he's
2.
a little bit inside.
Tim Riggins. That's somebody that is high on a lot of mock drafts so far as well.
Yeah, for sure. And it's probably definitely because he's so active in Chad and everybody knows him. And then just to have a person that's actually decent is an extra plus. So I would definitely have him high on my draft board too.
Savage trying to get down low. Does. Gets fouled by Cam Mello, his second. 6 fouls into GSB, so no worries there. As Tim Savage is going to go to the line for 2 free throws here. Savage has been somebody too that's worked a little bit inside out, hit a 3 earlier, got to the line a few times.
Mm-hmm.
He's somebody else that's been high on a lot of mock drafts as well.
Yeah, I mean, this guard, like you said earlier, the shooting guard position is just so heavy. And, you know, they're going to have to definitely have some things that kind of set them apart when people are looking for them. But Tim Savage is definitely one of those guys that is popular in Chad and, you know, probably going to be a great locker room presence.
Yeah, absolutely.
And looking pretty good out here in this prospect matchup.
Absolutely. Dolph checks back into the game for Angelo Marciano. Savage second free throw is good. Goes 1 for 2 at the line. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to up their free throws here in the next progression.
I will hope so, because the way they look at today.
You know what? I'm not that mad about his job. And Storm goes down low. What the tough finish! Ooh. The Iranian national. The Oakland Otter gets the and 1. He's going to go to the line for 1.
Yeah, there is somebody that worked on that inside presence and just he was bullying them, went in between 2 defenders to get that layup.
So we're seeing a lot of people able to finish inside well, right? The outside game's a little lacking on quite a few people, but I think we're going to start to see a little bit of a trend with those progressions, getting more shooting since we are seeing it be such a big part of the game.
Yeah, I mean, and then, of course, it's the first game. We still got game number 2 between Team 1 and 9. They might come out here look a little different. Just never know.
Yeah, absolutely. They could very well. You know,
and look at this, 22-22.
And all the builds are public, right? So these GMs and owners and even players can go on and see what some of these guys are running as far as their build and see where they're at. Even the attributes are public, so people can see, you know, kind of what these guys are hitting, what they're looking at.
Yeah, and one of the questions I asked some of the prospects are, like, who are they trying to build and be, and what kind of player they're trying to be, because I was before the tendencies came out, so I was just trying to figure out what type of player they wanted to be and how that would fit on our team. So it's really nice to come out here and see them actually put forth the effort of what they were going after.
Riggins with the throwdown. I think the only 2 dunks of the game have come from Tim Riggins.
Yeah.
So he's dunking and drunken for sure, right?
For sure. Yeah, we want to go check that Gatorade out real quick.
Yeah, that Gatorade is spiked for sure.
He came off that bench ready to ball.
Javed Storm out top to Cam Mello. Now to Salah. Salah's going to line up a 3. That's off the back of the rim. Marvin Matro has been a beast on the glass. Gets another one. Here is Locke. Down low. They're going to post up Clark. Monty Clark's got a little guard on him. Clark faces up.
Oh, you
goes
gotta
back
take
to the basket.
that.
I'm just messing with him right now. Kicks it back out. Monty Clark's going to have to take a look at some of those tendencies there. 3-pointer from Savage, and he drills it with a little Salt Bay at the end, too.
He salted at me for sure. Yeah, if I'm Clark, I'm taking a look at that inside tendency. We've seen a couple soft layups from him, and being scared to take it over the little man. Definitely gonna have to get that inside game up.
You know who hasn't been solid is Javed Storm. Just hit another layup there. Tuck contested one. Gets the takeover lit up with the glass getting takeover. Riggins now has the ball here for the white squad. He kicks it over to Locke. Locke's going to line up a deep 3. That's no good. Rebound pulled down by Javed Storm. Now ahead
that was a good look, though.
Yeah, Adam Salah with the ball. I think it's going to be fun to see the progression of these guys, right? We're seeing the first game ever for the prospects. We're going to see what some of these guys do, but it's going to be fun, you know, seeing those shots go down, you know, in the near future in their careers. Storm with another putback.
I gotta hand it to you though. These centers right now in the league, they are dangerous. We've seen some really good work from Metro and Storm. Just dangerous. Definitely a key piece in anybody's game plan.
Yeah, the bigs do look really good right now. The power forwards and the centers. They did progress a little quicker, right? So some of these power forwards and centers are around the 78 to 81 mark. Guards are generally a little lower, still there by Adam Salah, but they'll catch up for sure. And they're all even, right? There's not a point guard that's way higher than another one. So
right.
Salah with the little floater in the lane.
Nice.
And the green team's actually taken the squad or the lead now.
Wow.
28-27 after being down 11-1 to start the game. Savage another 3, long off the back of the rim.
I think they finally was like, oh, we got people watching us. We got to show up and show off. What a good find there. Nice take from Storm.
Yeah, absolutely. Javed Storm throws it down. He's been somebody that's been really impressive in this game as well. Protected player. He was on staff with Oakland, but he's been really good. Tim Savage out to Locke. Locke out in Memphis. He's going to get a screen from Metro. It's also fun seeing these guys that'll probably never play together in the league. On the same team.
Yeah, it is. I was just going to say it'd be a nice look there. Oh,
Adam Salah knocks down the 3. The green squad tie has really come alive here.
They really have. Like, I don't know what. Something's in that Gatorade on their side too, but they have definitely came at it.
Speaking of Gatorade, Tim Riggins knocks down the 3.
He's like, I can't shoot. Did you go and push pause and turn up those sliders? Because now all of a sudden people can shoot 3s.
I did not do anything.
I know.
The game is organically doing what it's supposed to do, which is nice. But yeah, we're starting to see it pick up a little bit, as we thought we would, right? You get a little cold to start games. Colonel E.H. Taylor, the co-owner of Kentucky, into the game. Kicks it to Javed Storm, now to Lucas Mueller. Out of Huxley, down to Storm. Storm layup good, a nice pass. And here's something underrated. Aldo Huxley, although protected by Ohio as part of the Shaman staff, he's got really good vision.
He really does, and that's definitely something that you want out there on your guards and stuff, and getting down there, finding them. So definitely a complimentary piece to any kind of offense.
For sure. Hawkins can't get the 3. Storm with the rebound. Here's Aldo Huxley driving again. Hux is Kaios. Here's Hux. Nice pass again to Storm. We just talked about the vision. Those two will not be playing together. No chance because they're on separate teams, but they look really good together in this game.
Yeah, that's a shame. That's when you're kind of like, dang, man, we look really good together, played really clicked together, and can't even play on the same team.
Could be in the future. Neither are owners, so there's some fluidity there as Hawkins gets fouled. They'll have a shot to play together in the future for sure.
Yeah, we had like 50 constant here at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
I love it. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah.
Really do appreciate it. The stream looks really good. The game flow looks really good. It's really clean and smooth, and I'm really happy about it.
For sure. Everything looks good.
Except the free throws. I do like that Angelo Marciano's rocking the gold undershirt.
Except for them green shirts underneath there.
The gold undershirt is kind of clean from Angelo.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Really like shows off his biceps.
Yeah. He is so skinny. The way he picked the slim build.
Slim build, yep. He is light and compact.
Oh,
which I
my
love.
God.
I love that there's a little bit of a difference in some guy here.
He's like the only center to do that because I think all the other ones are on steroids.
Huxley lit no good on the jumper. Jen Shinobi with the rebound here is Elijah Hawkins. Backdoor to AC Law and one. A little guard there. Not many little guards in the league, smaller guards. AC Law is one of them. Of course, he's protected by Portland. But a nice finish there and one. Foul on Lucas Miller.
Yeah, I mean, maybe his game plan is to kind of get lost underneath these trees and do plays like that. Get underneath and get some layups.
The next set of progression will open on Thursday. Wait, what's today? Today's Wednesday? Progression will open tomorrow, again for the second week of progression. It'll always be on Thursday through Saturday.
Oh, nice.
So it'll be constant. That's how it'll be. So you'll have your updated totals tomorrow, and you can try getting those in. I probably will not add them for these games this week. Next week's games will definitely have them, though.
All right.
But your sub pays for weekly progression. Yeah, people weren't aware the sub pays for weekly progression, so you'll get points based on your skill level. Everybody, I think, is in bronze still, so they'll get 15 this week. And you can still buy the starter pack all the way up until the draft if you have not. It's an extra 90 points. A lot of these guys have it. It is a nice little boost to start your career.
Yeah, for sure. Because that 205 points seemed like it went by so fast.
It did. Everybody
I remember putting my stuff in. I was like, oh my God, I'm out of points already.
Yeah, everybody was like, 205 is a lot. And then you're like, oh, yeah, that went quick.
Yeah, it's really not. I felt bad for the people with 115 because I was like, if I'm struggling with 205, I can only imagine.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Get him, Ray. Your player. Remind me who your player is again. I know who it is, but I can't think of the name off the top of my head. Gold standard bodybuilders. Yes, there's a lot of heavy builds. We also outlawed the built build from now on after this season. So we'll get a lot less bodybuilders in the league.
It was looking so crazy in chat. I just felt like we were in a gym for a second.
The good thing is
everybody was
they don't look
out
crazy
here
in the game, right? As much as they did in chat. Down to Riggins. Riggins up top. Wow, got it over the outstretched arm of Angelo Marciano, and Tim Riggins has got 11 points. Owners, GMs, that man is in the draft. He's drafted over.
Yeah.
Take a look at him.
His draft stock is definitely going up right now from probably everybody. Everybody's probably looking at him right now.
Tez asked, what are the options to upgrade? Can you expand on your question a little bit? As a layup there from Aldo Huxley. Rylock can definitely answer any questions in chat as well if I miss them. It's Riggins. A little too far for him.
Yeah, he's too far out.
Hasn't had his halftime brew yet.
Here come Ike.
Ike can't get it.
Nice
Angelo
little hoop.
Marciano. Yeah, nice move though, right?
Yeah.
See, I'm looking for stuff like that. Play style is really important.
Exactly.
E.H. Taylor can't blow the layup. Everybody is aware that progression is a little low right now with some of these attributes. So, like I said, and I'll keep preaching it, I think that it's really important to look at how they're playing style-wise over how they're playing, substance-wise. And foul there. Jojo Vasquez gets fouled by Quan Wulong Chi. Vasquez will go to the line for one free throw on the and one. The New York Skyliner GM there, or the scout.
I want to go back to Elijah Hawkins.
Yep.
He's been playing pretty good in this one. I mean, we obviously hasn't called his name a lot, but just on that last play, he was playing some really tough offense, and trying to battle in there, get some points in for his team. But he looks pretty tough down there. Be so small. Definitely not afraid to go down there in the paint.
For sure. Absolutely. 14 seconds left. Looks like the white squad is going to have the last shot. Oh, Law's going to take a quick one. No good. Going to get Green a shot here. Here goes Lucas Miller. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Miller going to drive in. Goes to the reverse, gets fouled. What a great take by Lucas Miller. Have the wherewithal to know the clock and to get down there and draw 2 free throws, Ty.
He did. I was concerned. I'm looking at that clock. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna take my time, get down there for the layup, and ends up on the foul line.
What's up, United Sim Sports? Thanks, first time chatter. Appreciate you tuning in. Somebody drop our Discord in the chats, if you will. I don't know if I've actually set it up yet, but Tez, so you cannot purchase upgrades. If you don't have the starter pack, you can buy the starter pack, but you can't purchase upgrades. You get a set amount a week based on your tier level.
That was a good stick by Shinobi to just stick with Mueller, since they already know free throws ain't been going down. So, yeah. It ends up being a pretty good foul.
Yeah. I would take the foul there too at the end. As Mueller really struggling there with the no progression this week, but he'll get there. Good take though, good IQ. So we'll go to halftime. Pretty good game so far, Ty. What have you seen that you liked out of these squads? And obviously, I think the shooting needs to be a little better from both. But what have you liked so far?
I like the fact that we're seeing a little bit of difference from every single player. No single player has been the same. I like the aggressiveness of the centers and the power forwards down there, just playing rough, playing big dog. I like the guards being aggressive, going in the paint, not being afraid of these big guys. Yeah, definitely, sure. Like you said, looking forward to, as the progression goes on, that we're starting to see some of those three-pointers fall, and of course getting that free throw down low.
Yeah, for sure. The reason we went with the model of progression, right, was to make it a grind and to make it a very level playing field. I think we're seeing that right now, right? We haven't seen anybody that's heads above somebody because their pockets are deeper or whatnot.
Right. That's another part too that I love about this league is, we're all on the same playing field. The only benefit was maybe that $20 extra perk, and like I said, that 205 points went by so fast. It's wasn't there.
Which is a no-brainer, right? That's a no-brainer to get at that point. I think
so, but it's still nice that everybody's on that even playing field, no matter if you got deep pockets or not. Yeah. And that we can all just, enjoy the progression of your player and enjoy the league.
Yep, enjoy your progression, really enjoy nice. The product. We're going to put out the best product, for the best deal that we think we can give you. So, it's been...
And I'm liking, Green obviously came out White came out real slow. So it's 5-1. And look at us. We're only in halftime. It's 42-36. The game pace is nice. Graphics are nice.
Yeah, the builds look really good. Very distinct. Yeah. A lot of differences. Savage knocks down another three. Another draft-eligible guy. If you need a shooter, Sim Savage looks like your guy right now.
He really does. He's been having some great looks in here, and this is with the balanced playbook. So obviously he's showing that he can get off those screens too and spot up for some nice shots. He's very aggressive, staying with it. Look at that take.
Oh, a putback dunk from Monty Clark. The other Oakland Honor staff member throws it down.
There we go, Clark. I was a little concerned about his inside game earlier, but he told me to shut up real quick.
Tro is killing right now. Rebounding machine has scored a good amount of points. Here's Cam Mello, who's had a really good half as well. Mello looking for somebody, gets it over to Dolph. Dolph's going to shoot a three, no good.
Okay.
Dolph ain't shy. Here's Savage. And only the first game, Ty, so we're going to see a lot more different varieties of builds and players in game 2 here, and then a couple more tomorrow, and a couple more on Friday. So Riggins going to line up a three, no good. Rebounded by Javed Storm.
I mean, Riggins already proved that he's going to be a good shooter and, you know, find those good moves. I've seen a lot of these centers being an inside-out center, so that's pretty interesting too.
Oh, Cam Mello throws it down.
Hey,
Monty Clark's grill.
Goodness.
So Cam Mello been really active. D-Throne's been really active in chat for sure.
He is. Definitely rising up on those draft stocks also. I'm so interested to see where these guys land. This is just going to be really tough.
Savage knocks down another three. Timeout on the floor. Yeah, Ty, I mean, talk about, you know, I think that since it is a level playing field, how important is activity, knowing that a guy is reliable enough to get his progression in every week and is really going to contribute to your locker room and kind of your market?
Yeah, I mean, if you read my article, you would know that one of the top things that we're looking at is that activity. That activity is so key in here. You can't be missing progression upgrades in here because
every game matters.
Every progression matters. Every game matters. You know, some of these people in this league have been in so many sim leagues. Yep. They know the drill. Like, they're gonna bring their A game here. People are putting money in here. There's not gonna be any slouchers in here, so definitely gotta come in here with your A game. You know, just upgrade. For
sure. I think that, yeah, with this model too, I think activity is key, and I think people are going to be really invested in the activity of their player and their team. And like you said, every progression matters when the Tro gets fouled there by Dolph. Every progression is going to matter. Every game matters in a 14-game season, right? You know, you're fighting for playoff spots. And let me remind, owners get revenue share in this league, and they get it based on performance. So if their teams get to the playoffs, they get an extra bonus, right? So there is incentive for that, and incentive for players as well to get to that as well. So.
Yeah, that's really nice because, you know, that just really puts more pressure on to actually be a coach in this league and GM and owner in this league. You know, I didn't even realize how that revenue share worked, but yeah, that just puts it even more pressure on us to make sure we find those guys that are going to be active and really going to put in that work. So. Absolutely. I know for us, our locker room, we're having everything in here. I have the announcement set up that, you know, we're gonna stay on top of you. They probably gonna get sick of me, but okay. Hey, it is what it is. You want to get a good team, you want to do good in here, I'm gonna stay on top of you and make sure you get your stuff done.
Basketball's a business, right? If you're drafting somebody, you're asking them for a commitment to be active and a commitment to be, you know, to do their best for their team, because, you know, we're doing something different in Gold State where we're marketing to real life businesses and real life sponsors. So, you know, the community that you're in really does want to see a really good team and a good product, right?
Exactly. I mean, of course, everybody's here to have fun. You know, all the like low-key stuff, but we're also here to put on a show, win some games. Everybody they wouldn't join this league if they weren't competitive. So
Yeah.
you know, nobody likes to lose. Nobody likes to see their guy play sloppy and suck. So you know, I expect that anybody we draft is going to have that same attitude and mind frame that they're going to go ahead and make sure they stay upgraded.
For sure. Sharon hits a couple of free throws. Yes, Rylock Baby Hawk got her bid in just a second ago here.
She said, uh-huh.
She's ready.
She said, you right.
She's ready for gold standard basketball. Here's Locke. Locke, long three, no good. Right there with the tip in is Monty Clark. So, Ty, something I've really liked about Monty Clark has been the rebounding, right? We've seen good rebounds, but both of his baskets have been putbacks.
Yeah, he's definitely getting in there. Like I said earlier, he was a little iffy with his inside game, but I don't know. Maybe something clicked in the second half and he woke up, because he's definitely been there for putbacks.
Is it Shiren K? If it is, I'll make sure I note that. Here's Locke down low. Locke's going to finish inside. Locke's got his first basket. Savage with the feed. Javed Storm's got 13 and 6 in this game. The other thing we'll see, Ty, is we're playing 10-minute quarters, so we're going to see some better stat lines too.
Oh yeah, that's always key. I like the increased scores.
And coaches,
I like to get some good defensive stops like that.
Yeah, and there's some more strategy involved with how we're doing it this year too. As Monty Clark can't get it. Wow, Monty Clark is a putback boss.
Wow. Over Dolph and everything, just he missed that easy hook.
Oh, there's Dolph on the other end throwing it down.
Stay there.
Both teams picking up the athleticism a little bit in the activity, right? Both teams were 33%. Now we got 45 and 39, so it's getting better.
Yeah, I do like that. I like that they're increasing as the game goes on. They're not just settling for what they did in the first quarter. They are still sticking to the game plan and still putting on the show.
I don't know what that was. They went for the lob to Tim Savage. Savage jumped about a year and a half early as Matro gets the gathers the loose ball and finishes. That was funny. We got to have a clip, a highlight clip, like a blooper reel one too.
You know, Metro, he was showing off in that first quarter. He kind of slowed down a little bit here. But we'll see if he picks that back up. So
Savage showing the bunnies. Yeah, he got about 3 inches off the ground there. 54. What's going on?
What's up?
I can
is that
confirm
Pizzo or?
It is Pizzo, owner of the Dallas Flying Stallions. I can confirm for you it is Shiren.
Josh Shiren, got it. I'll make sure I note that as Riggins hits a three. Pizzo, now that you're in here, let's talk a little bit. How's you been watching? How's it been going?
I'm actually just able to drop in here for a few minutes. Missed some of the earlier stuff. But I'm enjoying watching these prospects, and of course, you know, me and my staff, we're behind the scenes, we're taking notes, and we're seeing who's shining here.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, in Dallas, how's it going in Dallas with you guys? You know, what kind of player, not only player skill-wise, but what kind of player are you looking to add to your locker room here in this draft, or players?
Yeah. I mean, we've been busy behind the scenes on a number of different things. I know that you were talking about sponsors earlier, and so I've been busy talking to businesses and, you know, building up the brand of the Stallions. On the player side, we've been doing a lot of research, looking at the list, seeing how people are building their players and what they're really going to look like. You know, we're monitoring the chats. We see all the back and forth going on in the league chats. We're starting to reach out to people ourselves and just get to know the people behind the players a little bit more. I can tell you from our standpoint, in Dallas, we're very much business minded.
Yep.
Like that's how we run the organization. Everybody knows their role. They know their responsibilities. Of course, we're going to help each other where we need help. But everybody has their role to play, and everybody is coming together to make sure that we are a well-run organization. And so that is absolutely the persona that we want to show to potential sponsors as well, that we have things under control, and we want players that represent that mentality. And so we want players that we will be happy to showcase with sponsors and things like that. So, like, very professional here in Dallas, and that's the type of player that we're looking for.
Yeah, and that's the great, as Wulong Chi hits a three there, his first of the game. You know, we talked about, you know, marketability and how big that is. you know, there are some pretty marketable players that are standing out early here. Is there anybody that, you know, from a marketing standpoint, don't give away any secrets about your draft board or anything, but anybody you've really enjoyed seeing in chat?
There's a few people that we've seen in chat that were like, and I'm not going to go into detail into any one specific individual, but you see both ends of the spectrum, of course. You see some guys that it's like, okay, these are some really good guys, really supportive, seem to be on the lookout for everybody within the league. And you see some other ones maybe on the opposite ends of the spectrum where, you know, if that's who they are, of course, you know, you do your own thing. Not sure if it'll be the greatest fit with Dallas.
Right.
And so those are the things that we have to think about as owners and as the leadership for each one of these teams. So we want to make sure we've got the right characters in there. We are finding there are a lot of good guys that are marketable in this league. And so hopefully we'll have the opportunity to bring a few of them onto the team.
Yeah, absolutely. I know. I think you're doing a great job as owner over there. I think a lot of these owners are doing a really good job. You know, now that we're in prospect games, how important is it to, you know, as owners to kind of reach out, start doing your own, you know, kind of quasi interviews before we actually hit that interview season? But how important is it to start interacting with some of these guys and just, you know, getting a feel for them?
I think all the rest of the owners should just sleep on it and not worry about anything. That'll be fine. No, like,
well, you're up against some really good owners as well. So.
I am up against some very good owners, and I know that we have our work cut out for us, and that's why I am meeting with my staff pretty much daily, and we're talking about the people that are out there, and we're developing our own game plans behind the scenes about talking to some of these players and getting to know them. I can tell you over the last few days, we've started our process of reaching out to folks that we're interested in, learning more about them. There are certain players that are out there that we don't know very much about right now. And so we're looking forward to having those conversations over the next couple of weeks as we head into draft day, just so that we can get to know them a little bit better. And not only that, it works both ways. We want those individuals to get a chance to know us as well. We want them to know what this organization is like and what we stand for and what we're all about, and the type of community that we're building here, and that we want the team to be part of the community and vice versa. So we are definitely leaning in to have those conversations. We definitely want to learn more about others. I would certainly think that other owners have the similar mentality. We like, especially in the inaugural draft, you want to get this right. Yep. This is the first go around for all of us. And so with all these picks that we've got coming up, we definitely want to make sure that we're making selections that are a right fit for our teams and for our organizations.
For sure. Taylor going to go to lunch, and Nobi with the foul. You know, we talked about there's another aspect of this league that isn't around in many other leagues, right? And that's the community aspect. That's the marketing aspect. We're not just worried about winning basketball games anymore. There's more to it now.
Oh yeah, a lot more to it, and honestly, that was one of the things that interested me about this league to become an owner as well. You know, I love this city. I am not originally from this city, but I love everything that the city has to offer, which is why I have moved here. And I want to bring that to everyone else. I want to share what I've experienced with others, and I want to give back. But part of that is having to build the brand of the organization, right, as well as myself. I absolutely acknowledge that. So I definitely want to get out into the community. I'm trying to get our brand out there, interacting on social media to start with, as I'm starting to really talk to some owners and some other people locally that run businesses. I'm actually going to be on a local podcast here. Unfortunately, the weather has not been cooperating in the Dallas area the last couple of days, and so it's been postponed. But I'll be on a local podcast here coming up, promoting the league, promoting the team.
Yeah,
definitely awesome. Trying to generate a lot of interest. Like we are not just talking a big game here. We want to be part of this community.
Absolutely.
I'll be posting a lot more on social media, so people will be seeing like how involved we are, and can start to learn more about Dallas and what the city has to offer.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you coming in and talking, Pizzo. You're doing a great job in Dallas. Draft is 18 days away. You guys starting that draft board already?
The draft board is up, and it's moving on a daily basis pretty much as we learn different things. So more analysis will be done. I'm sure we got a lot more changes ahead of us. But I appreciate y'all taking the time to have me on here and talk to me. Y'all enjoy the rest of the games. I'll talk to y'all later.
Absolutely. Thanks, Pizzo. Thanks for coming in. Pizzo, the owner of the Dallas Flying Stallions, coming to talk for us a little bit. Any other owners that are around, feel free to jump into the Testing Grounds chat and promote your team and talk a little bit about your team. But Ty, Pizzo came in. That's a pretty good brand being built out there. You're part of a pretty good brand out there in Vice City as well. Talk about a little bit of what you guys are doing in Vice City.
Pizzo he's got that living standard, man. I gotta recalculate some things on my own listening to him, because jeez,
setting the gold standard, right?
He out here going to businesses and stuff. All right,
we're talking gold standard out here.
Yeah, I mean, like, dang, I thought I was doing a little something, but yeah, he definitely got some stuff going on. Unfortunately, I live in Delaware, so we don't really have that aspect.
You got a phone?
To go to Vice City or Miami and really promote Vice City like that. But I mean, I definitely should do my thing as far as podcasts,
social,
yeah, and just getting our name out there. We were talking in chat the other day about doing the fantasy league, just with the GSP players. So I mean, if people don't want to do it as far as the big league, then we definitely could promote that in our own locker room.
Absolutely. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity for that in this league.
Yeah.
Given the stats that we want to promote and stuff, and I think it's going to be really good.
Yeah, I mean, and then my biggest thing is just keeping the involvement of the team. Like, we're very family oriented. We like to make sure that people, just fit in with their team very well, get along. We can get awkward sometimes, so it's always nice to have that same sense of humor.
Absolutely.
We like to be serious, but not to the point that people don't like what they're doing. So
I think a good balance, right? A good balance of when it's game time and when it comes down to progression, take that part seriously, getting your player ready to go, but have a ton of fun watching, have a ton of fun in the environment, because the last thing you want is somebody in the locker room who doesn't enjoy your culture or you don't enjoy their culture, and in this league that means that they're probably not going to be with your squad very long.
Exactly, and who wants to do that? I don't want to spend money on something and not enjoying the atmosphere. Right. So, hey, y'all know what time it is, though.
Boys up in the chat, GSB style, baby. Fourth quarter coming up, 65-60. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. So back here in Boise, Idaho, that's where GSB Arena is located. This year, that's where the games are taking place. State Farm is not a sponsor, but we might have to hit them up just because I can't get rid of that graphic. So throw us $250. I'll keep your graphic in the game that you already paid for. Right. How about that?
We'll mention you in there. Who have we not called off of these squads? I think
we've got quite a few of them.
I think we decided every single person's name, and somebody has done something.
Yeah, somebody's done. Yeah, I mean, everybody's earned a little bit of call, right? I mean, there hasn't been anybody who's just not done anything. As Monte Clark picks up a foul there. Some people I'm really impressed with in the game. Obviously, Tim Savage from range has really impressed me. I'm going to talk about some draft eligible guys right now instead of some of the staff members. But, Shiren's been good about getting inside. He's a little undersized, but he's got that quickness. The ball handling might have to get a little better, as you see a steal by Locke there. But he's been really good. Cam Mello's been really good. And then some guys off the bench. Angelo Marciano's looked really good at times as well. So it's been a fun game. A couple guys that have been a little under the radar. Jen Shinobi, he'll get going a little bit. He's got a really nice frame, big body. It's going to provide some nice inside interior play for sure. And then Juan Wulong Chi, we saw him hit that 3 when Pizzo was on. Took him a little bit while to get going, but he's going to figure out a lot about his player too. JT is a guy that's been around Sim a long time, so he knows quite a bit about this style and this model. Now he's a coach in CSBA, so.
Yeah, that's another thing that you guys, if you're in Discord, make sure you change your Discord to your player's name.
Yeah.
I know for me, I know a lot of people Discords, but I just didn't even know, like Kwon didn't know it was JT.
Well, it's important too that
it.
it's important too from a like just marketing yourself perspective. Is, you know, if I'm looking for you, I want to be able to find your name real quick.
Yeah.
Dolph
So
gets
I think
fouled.
that's definitely important.
What do you think about the single name Dolph? We have two guys with one name in the league, Bismack and Dolph. But the solo name is making its debut here in GSB. I haven't seen that in many leagues.
I think it's
Take
fun.
a break. Take a break.
Rylock's here.
Yeah, Rylock's in the house. Wanted to say a couple things from the chat.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
I had mentioned that we're always interested in sponsors. It doesn't just have to be the team owners. If you think you have somebody who might be interested in sponsoring, bring them to us. We're happy to have a conversation, and if it turns into something, we're happy to kick back a finder's fee.
Yeah, it's a really good point. It's something we offer the owners, but we'll offer it to everybody if you find a sponsor, and get in touch with us about what those sponsorships cost some businesses. But if you find a sponsor that's willing to sponsor the team, we have one that's for $250 a season, and they'll get their logo on the website. They'll get a scoreboard ad, as you see over here, where the on the scoreboard the running Dornas ads. They'll get one of those as well. So. And we'll talk about their product on social media. So if you get one of those, let us know. We'll kick back some of that fee or that finder's fee to you as well.
Yep, and yeah, just this has been an amazing game. I also wanted to point out that Coach KT had a good point in that people have been complaining that there's been a lot of fouls. A lot of that has to do with your offensive and defensive IQs.
Mm-hmm.
As those go up, you'll play smarter and you'll foul less. So,
and I think you'll see. I think you'll see too that the fouls, when you see the total fouls at the end of the game and the free throws, it's pretty much in line with where we want it to be. So, I think it might be different from some other leagues that don't have as many fouls, but I think for what we're doing, I think it's in the right spot. But yes, I think I agree with you, Rylock, that that all the progression will help in a lot of those areas. Those mental progressions sometimes get, left off at the beginning when you're trying to get some of these skills up.
Hey,
and
another three.
Have to be a full, balanced, complete player by the end, and every little bit helps.
Absolutely. Which is the best part. I think one of the best part about this model is that we're going to see over time your players just get better and better. It's not going to be an overnight success thing, right?
And it's just the first game, guys. Like, I mean, everybody's like, I want this person. I want that person.
Even we're doing it, Ty. Even we're doing it. Like, this looks like the guy to pick, and then we got another 5 games this week.
I mean, granted, Tim Riggins is looking really good, but like we said, we haven't even seen half the league yet. But it has been a nice showing for quite a few of these players.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. And Rylock mentioned, Rylock, you still here?
Yeah.
So how much also, does things like stamina, and fatigue and stuff like that play into fouls? I mean, you get tired, you're going to start fouling a little more.
Yeah, exactly. And if you just didn't do anything in stamina now, it's going to add up in here.
Take a break.
Yeah, you're going to shoot a little worse as the game goes on. Haven't seen anybody hit that fatigue spot yet, which is good for us. But, yeah, I mean, it's going to affect you later in the game for sure. And you're definitely going to foul more as the game goes on. So people aren't familiar with, some of how these ratings work. Stamina is really, really important in a game, especially if you're a guy that's starting the game, right? Like if you're a guy that's going to get top-tier minutes, that's probably a really important thing to upgrade.
Honestly, it's kind of going to be a little bit of something that this format glosses over a little because everyone is playing mostly even minutes.
Yeah.
And so until the fourth quarter, it should be pretty even. But with the fact that coaches will be allowed to set uneven minutes within the season, that means that people with more stamina will be better equipped to be starters.
Well, and it's something to look at too. If I got a guy that's a really good player, and I think he's a really good player, but his stamina is really low, like I might have to look twice at that guy early on to be a starter on my team because I don't know if he's going to be able to last the whole game.
Exactly.
So
I love that realistic approach of the stamina and, you know, setting up the minutes for your players based off of that, because that, to me, that just puts it over the wall. Like, that's just so realistic of, and then how they will foul people if they're tired. So I love that about this league.
I think from a strategy standpoint, one of the things we wanted to do is give the coaches and staff a lot more strategy when it comes to game plans. Things like, as Cam Mello knocks down the 3 in the corner, Baby Hawk loved that one. But from a strategy standpoint, Ty and Rylock, you know, being able to set minutes within limits, right? Like we have a minimum and maximum you could put, but being able to have a little bit of variable there can help with some rotations, but also things like being able to set matchups is going to help a lot, right? Like if I know that I got a star player against me, I could put a different position against him if I could put my best defender on him.
Yeah, these guys are starting to really show off now between Mello and is that Savage or Mueller?
Which one?
Savage.
3 is Savage, yeah. Well, Cam Mello is absolutely on fire right now.
Yeah, they're going back and forth.
Well,
like,
screw what we said about stamina.
Possessions, they are definitely heating up.
They said, what stamina? I'm just going to keep shooting.
I don't know. I think it might be what defense is the question.
That's true. The defense might have got left off a little bit, too. We got a few takeovers lit up out there. Savage.
Look. I thought he was going to pull it.
Monty Clark, pull-up jumper, no good. Rebounded by Dolph. And a good game, too, 76-70. And that's the other thing, Rylock, right, is we're going to see a lot of games like this in the GSB because of how even it's going to be from a talent perspective.
Yeah, we've done a really good job of focusing on parity. That at this point, basically, the starter pack is the only way that you're going to get to be a little bit different as far as the numbers go. And that isn't even enough to be much by the end of the season.
Yeah,
it should pretty much even out.
It's a nice boost for your player, but again, yeah, you'll move into a different tier quicker, which means less progression per week. So guys, we'll catch up a little bit. It'll take them longer. So the starter pack is essentially to get your player better to start the year, right? I mean, it's a big boost, and it's going to play big when we get into things like minors, right? When there's minors guys vying for draft position over a whole season, and you know, now that could play a big difference early on in getting your name identified on some mock drafts.
Absolutely. We had a question in the chat of what is TTSN? TTSN is the Tabletop Sports Network. It is a news network that is run by our own Mears. He's doing a pretty fantastic job of trying to add coverage, and he has officially sponsored this preseason tourney.
Yeah, Mears is doing, like Rylock said, Mears has done a great job. TTSN is going to cover the Gold Standard Basketball League pretty heavily. They also cover other sim leagues, ECFL, CSBA. They do a really good job. So definitely go check them out on social media. If Mears is in here, feel free to drop your social and your tags. But he does a really good job, but a lot more coming from them. And they are going to be part of the broadcast package, so you'll see a lot of their logo on things like microphones and a lot of media stuff here.
Dang, that Storm, man. He has just been so aggressive in this game. Otters are definitely lucky to have him.
Storm he's a big dude. And the Iranian national already belongs to the Oakland Otters. He would definitely be high on some people's draft boards with how well he's playing today, but Oakland.
From what I've heard, I can share a little bit of tea on this. From what I've heard, Storm is officially listed as a power forward, but is probably going to be playing center for the Otters.
Oh, God.
He looks like he can play either. So, I mean, Angelo Marciano's the center, so that man is as skinny as could be. But Storm, I think that's also, you know, Storm's not the biggest, tallest dude in the world, but he's got a frame that you can put out there, and he's quick enough, you know, with that frame to be able to play 4 or 5. So those are also things you got to look at.
Because he looked pretty big.
There is a 7'3", 350-pound center in this league. Yes.
Oh my God.
that is an absolute unit.
That is a unit.
Bowling ball. Yeah.
I can't wait to see this first.
There's some big guys, but
bowling ball.
yes, there. I think who is it? I think Jim the Giant Williams is a very big man once he plays.
I see.
Given his nickname.
Yeah.
Monty
Connor said, "Why are we making me shoot?" Lott's been he's been getting some good looks. He just has not been able to dream them either. But
Good thing he belongs to a team already.
yeah.
Layup there by Shiren. Nice feed by Cam Mello. Or Sala. That was Sala, not Shiren. Sorry. Sala's got 8 points. Riggins 16 points though.
Wow.
Rylock, you've seen him on a couple mock drafts. He's pretty much living up to that hype right now.
Yeah, I think that both Riggins and Savage have done a really good job of improving their draft stock here, or at least cementing the fact that they deserve to be up at that top.
Yep.
Because there wasn't that high to go past first round, but I think that there's been some good surprises here. Marciano has looked really good and also kind of cemented that he deserves to be a high pick. A lot of the other guys, though, you can see a lot of promise.
Yes.
And the skills will get there. I think that there really hasn't been anybody I've been disappointed with in this game, which is amazing.
Yeah, if I'm talking from a peer perspective of draft and what I've seen in the mock drafts, you're absolutely right with guys like with Savage and who's the other one we just said?
Riggins.
Riggins, living up to that first round tag. But then there's guys like Cam Mello and Quan Wulong Chi who really have come alive here, and maybe teams are taking a second look at those guys real quick here.
For sure, and both of those have been very active in chat. Like, they're going to be guys that are good for your franchise. It's we're looking at a lot of value into the later rounds for sure.
Absolutely.
There goes Shinobi.
Jen Shinobi's another guy that we haven't said his name a ton of times. He's had a good job rebounding, but I said it earlier. I think he's an athletic body, a good build at that forward position that's going to give you a lot of good inside presence as he throws down a dunk there. But a really good game here in our first prospect game. Thoroughly happy with what I'm seeing.
And I think the only disappointment I'd have through the whole thing is the folks who haven't got the progression in like we've asked, and at that point, once they get it in, it'll look a little better.
Yeah, well, there's only one in this game, so
Yeah,
the other ones came through, but
one play.
but you can
I
see
think
the
there's
importance
some
of
more
it.
next game.
You can see the
Yeah.
importance of getting your progression in. Because guys that have been on it and really focused and taken time to research their build and their tendencies and stuff are playing really well. So it's been really good. Player of the game, by the way, is Tim Savage. Well deserved there as Marciano has it at the elbow. He's going to go down to Mueller. Mueller up top and good. And he said, "What progression, homie?"
Yeah. Yep. Nice circus shot there just to quiet the critics.
Spider Z, first time chatter. What's up? Little Salt Bay with the drip there. Timeout, 82-79, 2:25 left in the game here in the first prospect game. Second one will come right after this one. We'll take a quick break so I can get the rosters ready. They're pretty much ready. I just got to set the rotations, and then we'll get the second game going right after this.
Some very familiar names coming up in this Team 1, Team 9 matchup. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the second game is. There's a lot of familiar names in this entire league, but yeah, some of these matchups are going to be really fun for sure.
I mean, I see a lot of people that talk a lot of smack, aka Talani.
Yep. AC Law is mirrors, yes.
Coming up in this one.
Talani's been another guy in the chats that's been talking a lot as Aaron Ike gets the layup to go. One of the best things about this game, like we said earlier, Ty and Rylock, is everybody's kind of shown a little bit of something, right? Nobody's kind of taking a back seat anywhere.
Pac said he's tired of hearing Talani's name. All right.
You're going to have to hear it a lot more in the next game. His name is Talani in this league, so.
Yeah.
Demora in the chat.
Ho Darius.
King Demora ready to roll.
Yeah.
Ike is repping Michigan, yes. Lucas Mueller drives and gets blocked. A foul by Elijah Hawkins, so Mueller go to the line for a couple here, the German prospect. We also got a good little mix of some international guys, which is nice.
Oh, yeah, I love that article about that. That was really nice to look and see how many players are international players.
Take a break.
I'm ready to see those backstories. I put a good backstory for my guy. I ain't seen it yet, but
yeah. So those bios will go on the website under your player card when we make sure when those get built. So we're in the process of doing that right now. If you guys haven't checked out the website, make sure you go check out the website. and you know, it's Brent and Libertines have done a really, really good job getting that site going and making it look really nice. So we're excited for that as well.
Yeah, y'all gonna have to put that as a command in here because that website is fierce.
Yeah, we need to set up the bot. We just haven't quite yet. But
It took a backseat today with everything else going on.
Yeah.
I did get the
Only
one
my
customization point redemption in here, and that was good enough for me today. Marciano with the nice block.
Everything else you have to do.
All good. So yeah, with 10-minute quarters, the games do run a little bit longer. This game's going to probably end up being about an hour and a half, which is not terrible. I mean, it gives you a little sense of realism, but the action has been good. It hasn't been boring at all, which is nice.
Not at all. Like, there's no, like, try to fill in the talk or anything. It's literally been back and forth between these two. I mean, with a minute and 40 left, we're only down by 2. Hopefully this doesn't go into overtime, but, hey.
AC Law with the and one flexes on him.
Yeah.
If you guys are in chats, make sure you drop your player names. I know most of your players if I'm just doing this, but make sure you drop your players' names so our broadcast teams and admin could get used to who you are in chat since it's our first stream really of games.
For sure, because I know a lot of these guys, they changed their names over here, so it's kind of like, yeah, who's who?
86-82. Marciano with the rebound. Here's Aldo Huxley. He's going to drive it off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Vasquez. Back out to Huxley. He's going to shoot another jumper. That's good this time. 86-84. What a game here.
I like what Aldo's been doing in this one.
He's been good.
Definitely been good in this one.
Yeah, Aldo's been really good. AC Law going to get fouled again.
No.
Law's really been attacking well. Only a 14 foul on the green squad, but Law is really managing this game from a point guard perspective and trying to put this thing out of reach.
He got that little man syndrome. He definitely will get in that paint and keep on pushing anyway. He don't care who's on him.
Absolutely not. Gold Standard Arena. Gold Standard Arena
who
here.
That is.
Yeah.
We got Ohio in the house. No, it's Ohio.
Ohio's in the house as well. Oh, Ohio just hopped in. What's going on?
He had his video on for a second. He might be a little mixed up over here.
I was figuring it out. Slowly.
Oh, there he is.
How are you doing?
I didn't know. Oh, good. How are we doing?
We're doing. How's things going in Ohio?
Good. We're shoring up the board. We're excited about these games. Obviously, getting to look at some of these guys before the draft is very important.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting to look at one of your guys in here in Aldo Huxley, who's had a pretty good game. So tell me about that a little bit.
He looks to be kind of like the premium scorer for us. Him and Marciano are going to kind of do a lot of the heavy lifting. So at least in theory, obviously a lot of things can change, but we're super excited about what he brings to the table. And, you know, he's going to be a really, really good player. And I know Kaios is going to do a good job and with progressions and stuff like that. He's pretty much leading the charge for us with that kind of stuff. So I know his player's going to be right.
Well, Mueller is going to go in. Layup. Oh, can't get it to go. That would have tied it. Quan Wulong Chi with the foul. What have you thought of this game so far? I mean, it's been really good from a competition and action standpoint.
Yeah, definitely a lot of competition, a lot of action. It's been a close game, which has been nice. You like to see that. You like to see the guys out here fighting, especially early on. You know what I mean? You're fighting for your draft stock right now. You're trying to show what you got and show the owners why you should be the #1 pick or in the first round, the second round, wherever you're trying to go. You got to prove it right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Lucas and Mueller at the line. 2 big free throws here for Mueller.
A question.
Yeah.
How important is it to pick the first round person? Like, I feel like all these rounds are just so important. I mean, obviously most teams got 3 or 4 people that's already set as far as position goes, but how important is it to go in the first round for these guys?
For the players?
Yeah.
I mean, I think they all, from a competitive standpoint, I think these players all want to be first rounders, right? I mean, everybody wants to hear their name called in the first round. The realistic part of it is the way that our league's set up. There could be a 4th, 5th rounder that could end up being the star of your team. So
exactly,
there's going to be a ton of steals.
That was one of the questions I asked in my prospect interview. Was like, is it important for you to be a first round pick? Because obviously we only got 12 picks. Everybody ain't gonna be a first round pick. But I think people need to realize that the talent goes beyond the first round. Like, we can pick people in the 4th round that's just as talented as our first round pick. So
yeah, it's gonna be fit, right? I mean, it's gonna be obviously, and you could ask, Ohio's in the chat right now. Well, I mean, ask them how important it is, kind of to nail those first couple rounds, though, from a build perspective.
I mean, for us personally, like, we're looking for probably our like last start, like initial starting piece, like where our thought process is right now. We're looking for that last starting piece. Now, obviously, if we get some guys in this draft that fall to us that we would like or something like that, like no starting job, especially for like a staff person, is guaranteed, but like we're looking for that last and final guy to kind of cure up our puzzle. So the first round's super important. I thought he was gonna make that.
I thought he was too. Yeah.
Super important. But I mean, overall, the late rounds is where I'm like really sinking my teeth into this draft. Honestly, like that's why I'm looking at the most, because I think the late round picks are going to be the most important picks. Like, you got to nail the first round, but it's going to be that 5th and 6th round where you're really trying to get the best possible fit and not get stuck with a guy that doesn't necessarily fit your team.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw the buzzer beater missed there by Lucas Mueller. But yeah, late rounds are where championships are won, in my opinion, for sure. So we'll take a look at the box scores real quick, and we'll take about a 15-minute break so I can get these rosters ready, and we'll get the second game going.
Oh my gosh.
So shooting 10 for 27 and 6 for 17. The percentages from a percentage standpoint, Ty, 35 and 37 is not terrible percentages. So from 3 at least. The free throws need to pick up for both teams. Got to the line a lot, but didn't hit. But I mean,
but surprised those numbers are up that much, because I felt like nobody was making a free throw.
Yeah. See, over the course of a game, it kind of adds up. You kind of see what I was talking about earlier. But, really good game from both teams. Let's take a look at the individual box scores here. Tim Savage with 20 points was 6 of 8 from 3, Ty. That's a really good percentage, obviously. And that is a certified sniper at this point. We'll see if he can carry that over into his second game. But 6 of 8, I mean, he's 18 of his 20 points are from the 3-point line.
Already been mocked to go #1 overall once.
Yeah, he has. And the other guy that's been mocked up there too is Riggins, and he had 16-point performance as well. So, I mean, really good game from him as well. Marvin Mitro with a double-double. Dallas going to love that from him. Monty Clark, 8 and 8, the Oakland Otter product. Aaron Ike, some staff members in these early games for sure. Ike, 7 and 5. AC Law was 7 and 1, 4 assists from AC Law. Roy Locke was 6 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds, and 2 steals. See, this is what I'm talking about. How can you make a difference without, being a 20-point scorer? And guys like Roy Locke can do that because they could staff the stuff sheet. And he shot 2 for 11, 0 for 4 from 3. That's going to come up for sure. So now you're looking at a guy who's probably going to bring you 4, 5, 6 assists with 5 rebounds, a couple steals, and now he can drop 15 in a game. That's huge.
Yeah, like you said, you don't have to have those big points. You can do better in the other areas, and that's a big plus for a lot of teams.
Yeah, we knew the efficiency was going to be an issue with a lot of these teams early on in progression. But, when you see stat lines like guys that like Locke stat line, Hawkins grabbing a few boards, Wulong Chi with a couple assists. Like, these are guys that are really going to bring. Shinobi with 7 boards. These guys are going to bring a lot to your team. And, we were talking about the middle rounds, right? And, those are some of the guys that you're going to be looking at in those middle rounds that, can really win you a championship because depth's going to be really key, too. And the build from 1 through 10 has to be really good.
Yep.
So Cam Mello with 18 points. Really good game from Cam Mello. He's a scorer. So this is the thing. Like, we see a lot of, Ty, with the stat lines. Cam Mello is just a certified scorer, right? He's going to score the basketball. You know, so
Yeah,
if you need
he
a guy to
passing
score
the
the ball,
ball.
that's a guy you want on your team.
I love Cam Melo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Personally, like I love his attitude in the chat. I love his build. I love for Ohio we need a pure scorer, so Cam Melo definitely is. He's definitely a guy on our board for sure, and definitely a guy that we've noticed. But
For sure, yeah. Camelo is everything he's hyped up to be, and probably took a little step forward with that as well. Javed Storm 16 points, 9 rebounds. Jojo Vasquez with 10 and 4. Huxley 10, 4 assists from him.
yeah, I
Salah,
love that from Aldo.
yeah, that's what you want to see out of your point guard, right? Is a guy that's willing to dish
100%.
it. So, 8 points for Salah. Marciano with 11 rebounds.
Wow.
You know, he's wiry, but he grabs those boards. 8 points as well. Hit a 3 as well. So that's an
Another
inside-out center that can, you know, make a really big difference for a team. Another guy that's been mocked pretty high. Dolph,
He's high on our board. I know that.
yeah, Dolph with 6 and 7. Mueller, even though his progression didn't get in, 6, 4 and 4. Not a bad game for him. But you're looking at a guy that, you know, is lower rated than a lot of guys right now, and you know that's something to look out for. His style is
That's
allowing him
great.
to play really well. Shiren with 2 points, 8 assists from Josh Shiren though. If
Hey.
you're looking for a playmaker, Josh Shiren's out there for sure. Colonel E.H. Taylor with 2 and 6. So last thoughts, Ty, on this game here.
Man, just great showing already. I can't wait for all these games. This is just beastly. You guys don't take to heart on your progression of how you played in these, but I mean, we're definitely watching.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate Ohio stopping in. We're definitely going to keep an eye on the Shaman as we head into draft season in 18 days. So appreciate you stopping in.
Yeah, appreciate you guys having me, and yeah, go Shaman.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to take about a 15-minute break. So I know we're running a little late today, but I'll get these rosters ready for the next game, and then we will go live with game number 2 today. We'll see you guys in about 15 minutes on Gold Standard Basketball.